The Galactic Council chamber trembled with noise. Dozens of alien delegates shouted over one another, their voices filled with fear. Holograms of burning cities flickered in the air, cities that belonged to the peaceful Elari, a small race known for their art, music, and healing sciences. But now, their fleets were ash. Their worlds were falling one by one. The Empire is unstoppable, one delegate cried, slamming a clawed hand on the table. They burn everything. They leave nothing alive, shouted another, the chamber filled with panic. The council was supposed to protect its members, but no one dared to move against the brutal Zorath Empire. Their fleets were vast, their armies endless. Even the strongest allies kept silent. The Elari stood in the center, trembling. Their ambassador's voice broke as he spoke. Please, we are not warriors. Our ships cannot fight. Our worlds cannot last. We beg you, send help. But silence followed. The council delegates turned away. No one wanted to fight the Zorath. One by one, the lights of Elari colonies went dark on the star maps. Each light represented millions of lives now gone. The Elari realized the truth. No one would save them. Desperation filled the chamber. The Elari ambassador raised a trembling hand and whispered, "If the council will not help us, then we must call to the galaxy itself." Gasps spread through the chamber. "You cannot mean—" one delegate started. "Yes," the ambassador said. His voice grew firm. "We will send a galactic SOS. Anyone who hears it, anyone at all, must come." The signal was prepared. It carried one simple message. "We are dying. Please help us. We will give anything. Just save us." The council objected, but it was too late. Across the stars, the message spread. It traveled beyond the borders of the council, beyond safe space, into the black and silent void. At first, nothing happened. The Elari waited. Hours passed, then days. No answer came. Whispers began. "No one will come. The Empire is too strong." Some laughed bitterly. "Even if someone comes, they will be crushed too." But then, someone said the words no one wanted to hear. "What if the Deathworlders hear it?" The chamber froze. For a long time, no one spoke. Everyone knew the legends. Deathworlders. A race born on a nightmare planet, a place where everything tried to kill them. Storms, beasts, even the ground itself. They were said to be ruthless, clever, unstoppable. Long ago, they had fought wars across the stars. Then they vanished. Some believed they had destroyed themselves. Others said they were only sleeping, waiting. But if the SOS reached them, "They are monsters," one delegate hissed. "They are saviors," whispered another. "They are extinction itself," muttered a third. The council argued again, voices rising higher and higher. Fear and hope clashed in the chamber. And then, the alarms began to sound. On the council's long-range scanners, strange signals appeared. Encrypted transmissions, strong and sharp, unlike anything the galaxy used now. The delegates stared in horror as unknown shapes flickered on the edge of detection. Massive starships, silent but moving like shadows in the void. The chamber grew quiet. No one spoke. No one breathed. The Elari ambassador leaned forward, eyes wide with trembling hope. "Someone heard us." A single whisper echoed across the chamber. "The Deathworlders!" The signals grew stronger. The shapes drew nearer. And the galaxy realized, too late, the SOS had been heard. And now, something ancient was waking. The council chamber remained frozen, silence stretching like a heavy shadow over every delegate. The long-range scanners still pulsed with the strange signals. Encrypted codes repeating again and again, like a voice from the dark that refused to be ignored. The Elari ambassador clutched his chest, trembling. "They heard us," he whispered, almost in disbelief. Someone heard us. But the other council members were not filled with hope. Their faces twisted with fear. A reptilian delegate hissed, "No, not someone." "You know who?" Another's scaled fingers tapped nervously on the table. "The Deathworlders." The word itself spread across the chamber like poison. Whispers rose, fast and frightened, filling the air. They are not supposed to exist anymore. They vanished thousands of years ago. Some say they destroyed themselves in wars even they could not control. Others say they only sleep, waiting for prey. The Elari ambassador turned, desperation in his voice. "If they are real, if they come, perhaps they will save us." Gasps erupted. Delegates shouted over one another. Save you? They will not save, they will conquer. They are not heroes, they are butchers. You have doomed us all by sending that signal. The chamber filled with chaos. Each delegate remembered old stories, tales their ancestors had told in hushed voices. Stories of a species born on a death world, a planet so violent that its creatures should never have survived. And yet they did. Humans. A race so fragile, so small compared to others, yet so impossible to kill. They had claws made of steel, ships built for destruction, and a mind that never stopped adapting. Where others ran, they fought. Where others surrendered, they burned their enemies to ash. Some races remembered trading with them. Others remembered wars. Wars that ended in silence because humans fought until the stars themselves seemed to fall dark. And now, their signal was returning. The Council's central AI confirmed the readings. The transmissions were human. Encrypted in ways no other species could replicate, but old records matched the patterns. They are alive, one delegate whispered. Stunned. After all this time, the chamber split. Some shouted in fear, demanding the signal be blocked, erased, hidden before it was too late. Others demanded the Council make contact. The Aelari ambassador raised his voice above the storm. We called for help. We begged, no one answered. If the Deathworlders come, then so be it. We will take salvation from monsters if that is what it costs. A chilling silence followed. Every delegate knew the truth. Once the Deathworlders came, no one could control them. They would not be allies. They would not be servants. They would be themselves. And the galaxy would change forever. Far away, on the edge of known space, the signals grew stronger. The first ships appeared, dark silhouettes, massive and cold, like mountains drifting through the void. Their designs were strange, old yet terrifyingly advanced. They bore no markings from any known faction. Their hulls seemed alive, metal that healed and shifted, engines that burned without fuel. Scout ships from nearby systems approached carefully, trying to scan them. At first, the human ships did nothing. Silent giants in the darkness, but then, a single burst of energy swept out. The scout systems went dark. Their weapons, shields, even their engines all shut down at once. The alien crews floated helpless, powerless, staring at the warships that did not even fire a shot. And then a voice came through their comms. Not mechanical, not alien, but clear, strong, and unmistakably human. Identify yourselves. The aliens had no answer. They stared in horror as the human ships surrounded them like predators circling prey. Back in the council chamber, reports rushed in. Delegates read the transmissions, their faces pale. They are not just alive. They are awake. Their ships move faster than ours. Their weapons, we cannot even measure them. A delegate with insectoid eyes whispered, if they return, if they bring war again, no empire can stop them. The council tried to debate. Some called for diplomacy, others for preparation of defenses. But the truth hung heavy in every mind. This was no ally. This was a storm. In the shadows of the chamber, one elder spoke quietly. His species had survived long enough to remember. His voice cracked as he said, you do not understand. They do not come as saviors. They do not come as conquerors. They come as what they have always been, Deathworlders. And the galaxy has already forgotten what that means. The Aelari ambassador clenched his fists. We do not care. If they destroy the Zorath Empire, if they save my people, even if they burn everything else, we will welcome them. Better a galaxy with monsters than no galaxy at all. The council sat in uneasy silence. No one dared to admit it, but deep inside some agreed. The Zorath had grown too strong. Their empire had crushed hundreds of worlds. Perhaps the only way to stop them was to unleash something worse. And so the galaxy waited. Waited as the human fleets gathered in the dark. Waited as encrypted signals pulsed like a heartbeat, faster and faster. Waited as the old legends became real once more. The Aelari prayed for salvation. The council prayed for survival. And the Zorath Empire did not pray at all, they laughed. They called for monsters to save them, their warlords sneered. Let them come. We will destroy these ghosts as easily as we destroy all others. But far away, unseen, the Deathworlders prepared. And when they struck, no one, not the council, not the Aelari, not even the mighty Zorath would be ready. The council chamber was restless. No one could focus. Reports poured in from the farthest edges of space, each more alarming than the last. First, strange signals. Then the sudden silence of scout ships, and now, sightings, massive objects dark against the stars drifting through the void. At first they looked like derelicts, ancient wrecks forgotten by time. But then their engines lit up bright and cold, burning with a power the galaxy had never seen before. "They are not ruins," whispered one delegate staring at the holographic feed. "They are alive." The Silent Hunters, the Zorath Empire, was the first to test them. A fleet of 50 warships approached the strange vessels, sneering at the rumors of ghost ships. Their commander broadcast a message across the sector. "Unknown fleet. This is Zorath Command. You are trespassing in our domain. Identify yourselves, or be destroyed." The alien crews waited for an answer. None came. The human ships drifted silently, their shapes massive, their hulls black as obsidian. Their size dwarfed even the largest Zorath battleships. No insignias, no banners, no markings of allegiance. They were like shadows given form. The Zorath laughed. They fired a warning shot. That was their mistake. In less than a second, the human ships came alive. Hulls lit with pale blue light, weapons unfurled like claws, and engines ignited with a roar that shook the void. Sensors screamed warnings. Energy levels spiked beyond anything the Zorath had recorded before. Their commander's confidence vanished, replaced by terror. And then it happened. One beam of light. Just one. It struck the lead Zorath battleship. The ship didn't explode. It didn't burn. It simply vanished. A hole punched through its core, tearing it apart atom by atom. Silence followed. The other Zorath ships opened fire in panic. Missiles, plasma, cannons, the void lit up with chaos. But none of it mattered. The human warships moved like predators. Faster, sharper, more precise than anything in the galaxy. Their weapons cut through shields as if they were paper. Entire squadrons disappeared in seconds. When it ended, not a single Zorath ship remained. The humans had destroyed them all without taking a scratch. And then, as suddenly as it began, the human ships powered down again. Silent. Waiting. Watching. Whispers in the council, back in the council chamber. The reports arrived. Delegates sat in horror as the feed replayed. Dozens of Zorath ships, gone, effortlessly. This cannot be real, one delegate stammered. "It is," said another, voice shaking. They erased them. Like nothing. The Ilari ambassador's eyes filled with tears. "Then it is true. The Deathworlders have returned." And they answered our call. But the others did not share his joy. "Do you not see what this means?" An insectoid delegate snapped. "If they can destroy the Zorath so easily, what happens when they turn on us?" "They will not stop," growled another. "They never did. History tells us this. They are not allies. They are extinction. Yet even in their fear, no one could deny the truth. The Deathworlders were real, and they were here. The first contact on a distant station orbiting a dead star. Alien scouts prepared to test the impossible. They had orders from the Council. Make contact. Their ship approached carefully, broadcasting peaceful messages in every known language. Unknown vessels. This is the Galactic Council. We come in peace. Identify yourselves. For long minutes there was no response. The human ships remained still, dark giants drifting silently. The alien crew held their breath, fear crawling in their throats. Then, the comms flickered alive. The voice was deep, clear, calm. It carried a weight unlike anything the aliens had ever heard. "This is Earth Command." The crew froze. Earth. The forbidden name. The cursed world of legend, the voice continued. "Your signal reached us. We heard your call. Identify yourselves." The aliens scrambled to respond, but their words tumbled out in panic. We are council envoys. We come with peace. The galaxy thought you were gone." A pause followed, silence so heavy it pressed against their chests. Then the voice returned. "We were never gone. We were watching." The message the council chamber erupted when the transmission played for all to hear. They spoke. "They live!" "They know we called them." The Alari ambassador fell to his knees. Relief washed over him like water. "They heard us. They will save us." But not everyone felt the same. The elder delegate from before shook his head slowly. His eyes were heavy with sorrow. "No, they will not save you. They will destroy everything that stands in their way. And when the Empire is gone, when the Alari are safe, what then? Do you think they will simply Go back to sleep? The chamber filled with unease, but the truth was undeniable. The Deathworlders had spoken. Their warships were moving. The Zorath Empire had already lost one fleet, and more human ships were awakening from the shadows of deep space. The galaxy could only watch. The awakening on the edge of council space, thousands of signals flared to life. More human ships emerged from the void. Some were so large they dwarfed entire cities. Others were sleek and fast, designed for war in ways the galaxy had never imagined. Each ship carried the same markings, an old symbol forgotten by time. A blue and white world, Earth. The humans sent one final message, broadcast to every channel, every frequency, every corner of the galaxy. This is Earth Command. We heard your SOS, we are coming. And then, silence, no demands, no promises. Just that, the council chamber fell into uneasy quiet. The Alari ambassador smiled through his tears. But deep in every delegate's heart, fear grew, because everyone knew the same truth. When the Deathworlders came, they would not stop at saving one race. They would decide the fate of all. The council chamber was silent. Not a single delegate spoke as the human transmission echoed for the last time. This is Earth Command. We heard your SOS. We are coming. The words lingered in the air like a storm cloud. The Ayalari ambassador wept openly, his frail body trembling. They will save us. The Deathworlders will destroy the Zorath Empire. My people will live. But across the chamber, many eyes did not share his joy. The insectoid delegate chittered nervously. Save you? Do you not understand? They will not stop with the Zorath. They will burn everything that resists them. Another delegate slammed a clawed hand against the table. You have unleashed predators into the galaxy. The council will pay the price for your desperation. And yet none of them could undo what had already begun. The first human fleet moves on the edge of the Zorath frontier. The stars shifted. From the darkness emerged hundreds of ships, each larger than anything the Zorath had ever built. Their hulls gleamed with dark metal, weapons glowing faintly with restrained energy. The ships moved in perfect formation, not a single vessel breaking pattern. To the galaxy's eyes, it was not a fleet. It was an army. The Zorath Empire scrambled. Their warlords laughed at first, but that laughter soon faded as reports flooded in. The mysterious fleet destroyed their scouts in seconds. Their jamming technology failed. Their weapons could not lock onto the human ships. And when the humans struck back, entire squadrons disappeared in bursts of white light. Still, the Zorath warlords refused to bow. They ordered 200 warships to intercept the intruders. The Battle of Korath Star. The clash happened near Korath Star, a blazing sun surrounded by 3 inhabited worlds. The Zorath arrived with pride, their banners glowing across the void. Unknown fleet. Their commander roared over open comms. You trespass on Zorath territory. Surrender now or your deaths will be swift. The human reply came seconds later. This is Earth Command. You attacked the helpless. You burned their worlds. There will be no surrender. There will be no mercy. Then the battle began. The Zorath charged, unleashing thousands of missiles and plasma bursts. The void burned with fire. But the human ships moved like predators, weaving through the chaos. Their weapons unleashed silent beams of light that tore through Zorath ships as if they were paper. Entire warships crumbled in seconds, their hulls ripped apart molecule by molecule. Within 5 minutes, the battle was over. 200 Zorath warships. Gone. The council watched the recordings in shock. The human ships hadn't even taken damage. Not one, the Ayalari ambassador gasped with hope. They will save us. They are unstoppable, but others whispered in fear. If they can do this to the Zorath, what will they do to us? The message after the battle, the humans broadcast another message across the sector. This is Earth Command. The Alari cry has been heard. Their worlds will not fall. To the Zorath Empire, you have one chance. Withdraw, end your war, or we will end it for you. The galaxy trembled. The Zorath warlords roared with rage. To be challenged, not by another empire, but by ghosts, by legends they thought long dead, was an insult they would not accept. They began to gather their greatest fleet. Whispers. Across the galaxy. Meanwhile, in quiet corners of the galaxy, whispers spread. Some races cheered. The humans are back. They will break the Empire's chains. Others trembled. If they could vanish for millennia and return stronger than ever, What else are they hiding? Old enemies of Earth remembered the past, wars where even united fleets had failed to stop humanity. They remembered how humans never fought for half measures. They fought to end. The Council could no longer ignore the truth. A storm was rising and no one could escape it. The Alari's hope on the last surviving Alari colony. Survivors huddled in fear as Zorath warships prepared to strike. Their cities burned. Their skies were filled with enemy fire. And then suddenly the sky changed from The Galactic Council chamber was silent when the report arrived. The message was short, almost unbelievable. An unknown fleet has engaged the Empire's warships. Casualties, Empire, total. Survivors, none. Whispers filled the hall. No one dared speak the word, but everyone thought the same thing. Deathworlders. The small, peaceful race who had first sent the SOS trembled. They had prayed for help, but now they wondered if they had awakened something far worse. On the outer edge of the galaxy, the truth was revealed. A lone human fleet moved like predators in the dark. Their ships were older than most in the galaxy had ever seen, built with strange armor that reflected no scanners, no signals. They struck with precision. One moment silence, the next entire enemy fleets torn apart. The brutal Empire had ruled for centuries, crushing all resistance. But against these warships, their tactics failed. The first battle lasted only minutes. Alien commanders screamed orders, but their weapons found no target. Human ships appeared from nowhere, striking, vanishing, striking again. When it was over, the battlefield was silent, littered with broken Empire hulls. News spread fast. Across the galaxy, frightened voices asked the same question. Why are the Deathworlders here? Did they come for war or revenge? The Council demanded answers, but none came. Human ships refused to answer hails. They sent no messages, no warnings. They only destroyed the Empire's fleets. Swift, merciless, unstoppable. Some believed the Deathworlders had returned to protect the weak. Others believed they were only testing their strength, preparing for something greater. In the heart of the Empire, fear finally spread. The Emperor himself, once arrogant and untouchable, now paced his war chamber. Reports arrived faster each day. Fleets gone, stations destroyed, armies shattered. They fight like shadows. One general whispered, "They are not shadows," the Emperor growled. "They are humans, and they are coming." But the truth was darker still. Humanity had heard the SOS. Yes, they had come, but their reasons were their own. The galaxy had forgotten them, mocked them, erased them from history. Now they would remind the galaxy who they were. Cliffhanger. In the deep silence of space, a massive human warship, larger than anything the galaxy had ever seen, began to move. Its engines lit the darkness, and one chilling human transmission was finally sent to all frequencies. "We heard your call. We remember everything." The galaxy trembled as the human message echoed across every channel. "We heard your call. We remember everything." The words were simple, but they carried a weight that shook empires. Every council, every colony, every warlord knew the same truth: humanity was not gone. Humanity had returned. At first, many refused to believe it. They said it was impossible. The humans had vanished thousands of years ago. Their colonies silent, their fleets gone. Some even laughed, saying it was just a trick from another power. But then, the sky proved them wrong. Human warships appeared in system after system. Not one, not a dozen, but fleets so vast they blotted out stars. Their designs were unlike anything seen before. Colossal hulls of black steel, weapons glowing with strange energy, engines that moved with terrifying speed. Every appearance was the same. First silence, then destruction. Empire fleets, once feared across the galaxy, were reduced to wreckage within minutes. In the Galactic Council chamber, panic reached its peak. "They will not stop," one ambassador whispered. "They are not rescuers," another argued. "They are executioners." But the small, peaceful race that had sent the SOS felt something different. When the humans arrived above their burning world, the Empire's warships were already closing in. The aliens expected death. Instead, they watched in awe as human ships tore the invaders apart in blinding flashes of fire. For the first time, the Deathworlders spoke directly to them. A human commander appeared on their screens, scarred, stern, his voice calm yet cold. "You called. We came, but know this: we do not fight for the Council. We fight because we choose. Remember that." Then, without waiting for thanks, the fleet vanished into the stars again. Across the galaxy, confusion spread. Were humans saviors or conquerors? The Empire had no doubt. To them, it was already over. One by one, their strongholds fell. Human fleets cut deeper each day, leaving no survivors. The Emperor gave desperate orders, but nothing slowed the storm. In his final speech, he said, "They are not warriors. They are monsters. We should never have awakened them." Hours later, his palace burned. Now the galaxy stood at a crossroads. The council debated endlessly. Should they beg for peace, or prepare for war against these returning predators? No answer came. Humanity ignored their messages, their pleas, their warnings. The humans had only one mission, and it was not finished. On the edge of the galaxy, hidden in a black void, the largest human fleet gathered. Hundreds of thousands of ships silent and waiting. At the center was a warship so massive it looked like a moving planet. Inside, human leaders spoke quietly. "The galaxy thinks we came for revenge," one said. "Maybe they're right," another answered. "But this time, they will not forget who we are." Then the great warship turned, its engines igniting with a thunder that shook space itself. Humanity was not just back. They were ready to shape the galaxy again, on their own terms. Final cliffhanger. The last transmission spread across every star, impossible to block, impossible to ignore. We are Deathworlders. And this time we do not leave.